Got it. Perfect. As always. Wanted to just introduce the video that we're doing today. It's my dad. He came over and tries to explain mindfulness meditation to me. And he sort of runs a little session, just quick, 5 minutes. So I'm going to put that on. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back eventually with something else, maybe, possibly. But until then, let's do it.
Okay, hi Noah. It's good you're here. It's good we're doing this together, not just for you, but for your viewers. It'd be great for everybody to learn this fantastic way of actually adding something great to your life. It's called Mindfulness Meditation, and I'm going to show it to you right now. And so we start like this. You're sitting in the couch. You're letting yourself relax on the couch. Feel the couch holding you. And as you do that, take in a slow, deep breath through your nose, all the way down into your belly. Hold it for a short count, and then slowly let it out through your mouth. And then do one more time on your own. Okay, here are the basics of mindfulness meditation. It starts with your natural breathing. What I mean by that, it's not about taking a deep breath or holding your breath. That was just to get you started into relaxation. But what I'm going to tell you right now and instruct you to do is with your eyes closed. Just follow your natural breathing. The breathing we do every second of the day, all through our lives. Natural breathing. The in and out of your breath. The back and forth of your breath. The ebb and flow of your breath. Think of the ebb and flow as something like the ebb and flow of the tides. They come in, they go out. Or of the waves on the beach. They roll in, they roll out. Or in this beautiful place that you live in, the natural rhythms of this place. Day and night, morning with the fog, the sounds of the animals. Even now you may have animal sounds in the background. Don't let it distract you. Just notice the sounds. It's okay that they're there. And then you're focused on your breathing. And the idea is that the breath, the natural breath, is like it's your focal point and a safe place. It's a place you come back to after what happens next occurs, which is your mind will wander. And it wanders off into all kinds of places. Some of them are on things that happened in the past, thoughts that you have you're not happy with yourself about, things that happen that have to do with shame or guilt that you have for things that you've done. Everybody has these things, like remembering, like you said something to somebody and you were mortified that you said that thing. We all have that and we feel embarrassed. But what happens in meditation, if it comes up and you notice it, you just go back to your breathing. You let go of the thought. An old story. You let go of the old story and you come back to your breath. Now, another kind of story that happens is a story about the future. There's no way we can predict the future. Yeah, occasionally we get an idea of what might happen and it comes and it is that way and it does happen. But most of the time we make up stories sometimes that make us feel sad, make us feel angry, make us feel afraid, make us lose confidence. but they're just stories. Because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen later in the day. So when we notice we're thinking about a story of the future, again, we bring our attention back to the breath, to the breathing, the natural in and out of our breath. Now, over a period of time, 10 minutes, 15, 20, that you decide to do maybe twice a day, which is something I do twice a day, things start to happen while you're doing this ebb and flow. And there are two kinds of ebb and flows. There's the ebb and flow of just your breathing, and there's the ebb and flow of your breathing and then the thoughts that come up that distract you, that make you leave your breath, and then you're noticing of those thoughts and then coming back to the breath. So you have an ebb and flow, two types. And as you get into that rhythm, what begins to happen is you go deeper and deeper in state of relaxation. Things start to come up. Even now, you might get distracted by the birds outside, which are wonderful. It's natural here, the natural part of where you are. So you just notice it, and you come back to your breath. Don't judge it. Don't let yourself get too upset by it. If you get upset by it, notice that and come back to your breath. So as you're in the ebb and flow that I'm talking about, you go into a deeper state of relaxation, a deeper state of consciousness. And things come up in your consciousness that are amazing. Like I've told the story to you about how I started seeing faces of people I didn't know over and over and over, different faces every time in different places that would come up. And I could analyze it and give it a meaning, but there's no use because there's no way of knowing. But as I allowed that to happen, it became very relaxing and very interesting and calming. And in that calming state, I went even deeper. And in that deeper state, what I discovered was that suddenly I was becoming creative. The blocks that I was having in my writing seemed to dissipate. And I started to get really interesting ideas. That's where the ideas came from in Bagels Anonymous, a love story. I meditated every day during the pandemic. There was nowhere to go. I wasn't teaching. I was doing therapy on Zoom, but I was in the house. And so I would sit and meditate, and the idea for that book came. It was incredible. And it's sort of like, the experience of creativity. When things come to you, you can't even understand where they came from. It's like they come from outer space and they come inside of you. That's what starts to happen when you open yourself up into this deeper state of consciousness. And that's what started happening to me. I have a person that I see is a really good musician. He writes songs. And he tells me, I asked him, how'd you get the idea for that song? And he said, I don't know. It just came. It just came to me. And he's a meditator. And that's when that happens. So, that's what I'm offering you to do, to try it. And for the people who are tuned into your channel here, for them to try it. It's really good. And there are other resources about meditation. You can, everything's on the web. So you could go and look at that stuff and reinforce this, or attend workshops online where people are teaching meditation or doing meditation with a group of people all together. And you'll see, it'll make a difference in your life. So let's come back to your breath. Slowly notice the in and out of your breathing. And now slowly open your eyes and come back into the room. And that's the end of your meditation.